Hello, my name is John, and I'm a nerd, and I have been for a very long time. Started out in the early 70s. My first introduction to any kind of nerdity was Spider-Man comic books. And then my brother introduced me to Superman, which I thought was much better than Spider-Man. And I became very, very attached to the Superman mythos. And then in 1975, I discovered this new comic that I've never heard of before that talked about places I actually kind of knew something about. And it was from Cumley Comics, and it was called Captain Canuck. And Captain Canuck became my #1 passion. Now, I still love C.S. Lewis, Lord of the Rings movies. I was never a fan of Tolkien's writing. It was just Tom Bombadil. Sorry, couldn't deal with him. He talked too much about nothing. I'm going to get a lot of slamming for that one, I'm sure. But I love the movies, the Lord of the Rings movies. The Hobbit movies were a little much, but still kind of enjoyable. And then, of course, in 1977, something amazing happened, and that was Star Wars. And for me, I identified with Luke Skywalker and kind of that kid in a town in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in Nova Scotia and moved to the United States as an adult. So I'm a deserter, but I still consider myself a Canuck. And Captain Canuck is probably my #1 fandom, other than maybe Star Wars. That's a pretty close one. I've been very much a Star Wars fan. Up until 2015, when The Force Awakens darkened the world. I was not enamored with that at all. It was definitely not going the direction that it should have. It was basically just a poor, very poor remake of the original 1977 film. Just switching Rey for Luke. And anyway, we won't get into all that. I'm sure everybody's talked about how unreasonable Rey's character was. And I felt bad for Daisy Ridley because I thought she did as good a job as she could possibly do with that part. She was given nothing to work with. So she did what she could. In these series of videos, this is my very first video, but as I go through these, I plan on talking probably about all the different fandoms that I like, but probably Captain Canuck primarily. And I will probably post these on my Captain Canuck Facebook page, which I created. Well, the original version I created in 2015 with the new reboot of Captain Canuck, which I've been enjoying immensely, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that plays out in the next few years. The invasion storyline I really enjoyed, and I am fascinated at how Chapter House, which is actually now Comic House under Lev Gleason, has created a universe of its own organically. It seems to me have played out quite organically, and didn't seem forced. It was fast, but it didn't seem forced, and I've been enjoying that. As far as Star Wars is concerned, we've been having some serious issues with the way Lucasfilm has been handling or mishandling the Star Wars property, and particularly the Gina Carano issue and so forth. I was a Disney Plus subscriber and love all the old Disney movies. Some of the old Kurt Russell stuff was on there. A lot of really good original Disney content. But with all of the things that have been going on with Disney and Lucasfilm, and the way they've been treating fans and the way they have been treating their employees, and the disregard for human life, it seems, in their dealings with China, I was one of the ones that did cancel my Disney Plus, much to my daughter's chagrin, because she was very much into the WandaVision. But as it seems to have turned out, that was not really that great of a finish to that first season. I haven't seen it myself. I've just heard other people talk about it. So I'm kind of just rambling here today in my initial video, just to kind of give you a view of what it is I plan on doing. One thing I am very interested in doing is kind of showing some of the parallels between the original 1975 to 81, I think it is, run of Captain Canuck, and which was set in a then futuristic 1990s, which of course that future never came to pass. And then there's comparing that to the 2015 reboot, and how the stories and characters are different, but they kind of play out in a very similar overall arc. So I want to look at more detail, how comparing issue 1 to issue 1, etc. And I plan on doing that in the future. Well, as you can see, I'm wearing a Captain Canuck t-shirt that I designed myself. And I have several of those myself that I've designed myself. I look forward to hearing from anybody that would like to leave a message. I'd be very happy to hear anything you have to say, suggestions of what you might like to hear me talk about, or questions, whatever. Love to hear from you. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.